laptop where you could plug in a USB drive right now? Okay, not even as many people as I have USBs. Vanna?
Wow.
This is actually Elaine, but I'm calling her Vanna. She's going to give you, just raise your hand so she can give you a USB drive. If you don't have a way to plug it in, just don't put your hand up yet, and then I'll get you one. But just raise your hand if you have a way to plug in a USB drive right now, and then you can put your hand down after you get the flash drive.
No viruses, right?
I hope not. I will explain this thing.
Anything that was done in Dreamweaver 6?
No, kill me now. Keep your hand up.
Oh, you found the sweet spot.
Oh my God, honestly. So we're joking around right now about Dreamweaver 6 because I just spent 10 days in hell on earth. Hand up over here. Oh, we're out. Oh, I downloaded from, I'll show you. I'm sorry. And I also, well, anyway. So I just spent 10 days in hell because I bought my new laptop, which was not hell, and I decided to go with CS6 because I don't use Dreamweaver for development anymore, but I use it for CSS and FTP just because I've carried it through my career, right? And what I didn't know until yesterday finally is that it has a bug, and when you use it for FTP, it corrupts the files. Unless you go into the preferences, code formatting, line break set for Windows. And so I broke a whole slew of websites. I worked until 10 o'clock the night before last, traveling from San Francisco to San Jose. I started in the morning in San Francisco, and then in the afternoon at a coffee shop in San Jose, and then at night at my restaurant. And then I finally got feedback from the forum yesterday about the setting that's why it corrupts the files. So what I was doing was breaking websites and then uploading clean files, I thought, to fix them. And those were being corrupted. So it was a nightmare on earth. And so anybody who mentions Dreamweaver CS6 to me is in danger of being hit with something. Okay, so is it time to start?
And if we're doing it from the site, what?
Oh, if you want to see this slideshow from the site, at least if you want to download the PDFs, just go to events. And it's the very first event. And if you're not getting a USB drive because we ran out, you can download everything from that page, and I will show you. There's 3 little asterisks underneath, because I'm going rogue with you today. I'm giving away something I don't know if I should be giving away, and I will explain it.
Oh,
It's all scary.
We're recording, so be careful what you say.
I'm taking a risk, and I've never been arrested, so I'm really curious how this is going to go.
That's usually not a good start.
So,
at least from my world, I don't know.
okay. I know. That's cool. Are we ready?
Oh, we've been rolling.
We've been rolling already. Okay. So, my name is Kiah. I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I've been developing websites since 1998 professionally. A lot of my clients are artists, and my tagline is dead on the web, ignite your site, because usually when my clients come to me, they're dead on the web. Their sites are not helping them. And when I first started, I built brochure-style websites. You would have to give somebody your business card or see their ad somewhere to know about that website. And that was fine for my customers back in the day, but as time went on, it was clearly not helping them actually convert. So I was hired by a brilliant woman who said, I'm not going to hire you unless you do SEO. And she's been studying it for 6 months, and she's going to teach me. So she paid me to learn. And I, honest to God, was holding my nose the whole time thinking, ew, marketing, I'm interested in design. And so I learned it, and then it worked, and then I started applying it to all my freelance clients, many of whom are artists, and it worked, and I wrote a book about it, and I use all these techniques. It's freely available on my website for download. It's old, which is why it's free these days. It was published, it won the highly coveted international award of the New Mexico Book Award in the business category in 2008. But it is a good book. It's valuable. You can download it for free from my website. You can fill out the forms by printing out as many as you need and fill them out and give and use them as ways to optimize, how to optimize your website for search engines, okay? So now all my sites, my goal is to get them on page 1 of Google right away for various categories, and also to make it easy for artists and right-brained people, whether they're artists or not, to update their website. Because even if I get them on page 1, they're not going to stay there unless they're changing it, and none of them have time, have the money to pay somebody else for SEO, $199 a month minimum. So they need to be doing the work that will ping Google Webmaster Tools to know that this site has value, because it's getting fatter and fatter all the time with valuable content. Who was here for Ruth Cheesley's SEO? Microdata. Oh, I can't wait to incorporate that. That is killer. If you didn't come to Ruth's talk, get it online, the slides, and watch the video, because that's going to make a huge difference for everybody who wants to show up. Now, my clients were under the illusion that if they built it, and nobody is going to come unless you honor what your ideal customer is already searching for, which I'm not really covering, but I could during questions in terms of Google AdWords keyword tool. But if you honor what your ideal customer is already searching for and you incorporate that into your website in a way that search engines appreciate, okay? I'm going to start out with showing you a Search Deadly image gallery. I like Artetics. This is actually a very cute website. And by the way, I will answer questions at the end of the slides when I go live with examples for whatever we need. But this site has very cool sort of graphic, flashy image gallery. And if you right-click on any image in Firefox or Chrome and you view the source, there's no source in there that a search engine can read that is relevant for that image in a way that will bring results in Google at all. It's all Flash, and most image galleries are useless with search engines. If you have a pop-up that pops up your image, if you have a light box, as a rule, there's nothing in there that a search engine can read. Now, which takes me to the site I'm going to use as an example today, which I launched a couple of weeks ago, and it's already on page 1 of Google for a ton of categories in this site. Susan's Christmas Shop in Santa Fe, near the plaza, the old plaza, has been there for a long time, 25 years. Gorgeous, handmade, unique Southwest ornaments. You know, felt Frida Kahlo portrait. I mean, just gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. She had a website that was categorized in ways that made no sense and relevant to what her searchers are searching for. She had cool categories like Santo Domingo Pueblo ornaments, but nobody was searching for that. So I found out via the Google AdWords keyword tool, which I'm happy to show you later, that people were actually searching for media-based ornaments. So glass ornaments, felt ornaments, wood ornaments. So I named all of her categories according to what people are actually searching for. And then the menus, or article category modules, all have those. And you'll notice that I included, not just under ornament crafts does it say glass, felt, wood. It says glass ornaments, felt ornaments, wood ornaments. And I did that, I formatted it by doing uppercase for the medium and lowercase for the word that keeps repeating kind of boringly over and over to de-emphasize that for the viewer, but emphasize it for search engines, okay? And when you have a link that includes a keyword phrase that people are searching for, and it links to a category that is optimized for that phrase, that's what search engines like. And what I mean by optimized for that phrase, when you click on glass ornaments, the title tag says glass ornaments. The descriptive tag has glass ornaments in it. The keyword meta tag, useless to Google, but worth doing for Bing and Yahoo, I think, unless somebody corrects me on this, has glass ornaments. Okay, and I want to do microdata now based on Ruth Cheesley's talk that really takes advantage of all this too. So as a result of the way this site was built, now on page 1 of Google, for instance, if you search for Santa Fe church model, she's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, because of the way every item, every product, every piece of art has a title tag, a descriptive meta tag. It's a page. It's not a pop-up. It's not a flash thing, right? It's a full page sitting within the template. Just to describe what her site used to be again, it was poorly categorized. So nothing that her ideal customer, few things that her ideal customer was searching for other than Susan's Christmas shop would show up. It was kind of like dig a huge hole, put all your products in there, and cover it with a blanket. That was what the website was like. It was impossible to find anything. And now it's just, and her categories are all showing up. Once you get deeper into the shopping cart and you right-click, say, or view the source for an individual item, you'll see that I've created title tags that include each, get in there, title tags, keyword meta tags, and description meta tags that include that product's qualities, right? And what people might be searching for. That's what you want in a shopping cart and in a image gallery, especially if you have right brain clients who are going to be updating their products or their art. You want them to be able to do it in a way that search engines really like. Now, how many people here have worked with Phoca Gallery? How many people hate Phoca Gallery? You know, I personally have trouble with Phoca Gallery because it has, and we'll take questions at the.
I have a confession. I almost left when I saw Phoca Gallery.
I know. I think a lot of people aren't in this room because I use it, and I relate. I understand. And if anybody has a solution that matches the one I'm about to show you that doesn't use Phoca Gallery, please email me. All right. So Phoca Gallery is not popular because it's cumbersome to format, to set up. But of all the image galleries I've ever worked with, this one, if you do the settings the way I'm going to show you today, not only is searchable by Google, but can automatically add each item to the sitemap. And when you submit that sitemap to Google Webmaster Tools, then it gets pinged every time your right brain client adds a new product. Google goes, and you're involving less work for your client and more likelihood of showing up. Aside from search friendly, you also want update friendly, and Phoca Gallery can be very update friendly depending on what you're doing. For instance, if you have a login icon, a login link on the front of your page, and your users can log in and you set up Phoca Gallery in the way I'm going to teach you, suddenly they have a delete button and a deauthorize and an unpublish button. Get over there. Get over there. And then, which means they can just log into any they can log in, go to any category on their site, and delete or unpublish anything. They can also browse directly from that page into the proper category, so they don't have to worry about categorizing anything. And they can put a title and a description, so it's like blogging. So if it's an artist or even an e-commerce, well, no, e-commerce, not for this aspect, but But for an artist, they could be putting a title in and a description in that maybe they even thought about what are people actually searching for, and maybe they actually titled their art, you know, Southwest Abstract Landscape. You know, maybe they held their nose and they titled their art according to what people are actually searching for. And then they put the description in that included that. Boom, it's there. So this is easy for people. That's why I like it. The problem is if you do have e-commerce, you cannot put HTML in here. You have to go into the back end, which is not that bad. It's really not that bad. You could do your ACL so that they have access to the Phoca Gallery back end, and then they're not going to break the rest of the site, right? What you get when you use the combination I'm going to show you today is a sitemap like Susan's Christmas Shop that just grows and grows and grows automatically. And every time a new item is added, Google Webmaster Tool gets pinged, and that's what you want. You want Google to get excited about this website. So these are the things you need to do what I'm going to show you. And see if this lets me forward. You need Joomla 2.5, Phoca Gallery component, the Xmap component, and here's where we go rogue together, you and I, today. The Phoca Gallery Xmap plugin, and I'll explain to you why this is an exciting renegade adventure. And you also need Google Webmaster Tools account. I'm going to pull this over here, if that's okay, because this forwarder's not working. So first thing you need, Phoca Gallery component. It's free. Let's see if I can do this or not. Lost my connection. The next thing you need is the Xmap component. It's free. The next thing you need is the Phoca Gallery extension for Xmap, which has just this week taken off the JED. And I had this talk. This talk is really based on this particular little plugin. And so, of course, I did a lot of research on, well, what is this broken links issue with this particular plugin? And what this plugin does, it enables every new item you add to your Phoca Gallery to show up in the sitemap. Okay? So it's populating the sitemap automatically. So the broken link issue is only an issue if you use pop-ups in your gallery, which we're not going to do. I have this on many, many websites, and there's no problem because I use the no pop-up function, which I'll show you. So as long as each link in the sitemap is linking to a page, not a pop-up, a page, it works like a charm. So I have handed out USB drives to people here that have that plugin, and you can use it as long as you use it nicely and you use it with no pop-up, okay? I also have it on my website for download, and you'll see my screen at the end with my web page. And if SantaFeWebDesign.net, you can just go to my events page, and there's 3 little asterisks because I feel, you know, like I'm doing something bad. So it's 3 little asterisks. So you click on those asterisks, and then you can download the plugin and use it, okay? So this is what the Phoca Gallery Xmap plugin lets you do. And especially for people that, you know, your clients that need to be able to have a sitemap that helps their business. That's what you want. So in order for, let's see if this works now. In order for the Phoca Gallery to work with front-end uploading, which I showed you earlier, you need to open Phoca Gallery and then go to the categories. And then when you go to the categories, you open one of your categories, and you have to set, and these slides are on my website, SantaFeWebDesign.net, my events page, my first event, and the slides are very obvious right there to download. So you have to set the upload rights and delete rights to be either all registered users or a specific user or more than one, and then you have to have a folder that is specific to that category. So that's those are the little tricks you have to do to make it easy for your customer to add items to their image gallery, okay? And then you have to do a lot of formatting to the gallery itself to make it look decent. And you know, so what I do now is I basically have a system which is very similar to make it look nice, and I go into my settings for my previous sites and I use them on new sites, but I modify them, of course. So it's a pain for you to get it going, but it's good for your users, your customers, right? So then when you're in the Phoca Gallery component options, you have to choose no pop-up. You cannot choose anything else. You must choose no pop-up. And what that will do is load a page within your template. It's not as sexy as the light box things and all the different things you can do. But if you're careful, it's tasty. It's nice. And then each item has a page with a title tag, a description meta tag, a keyword meta tag, content, actual description. And then you can go in and actually, if you decide to do e-commerce on here using this, you better email me, and I will send you a tip that you need to do to make Phoca Gallery honor your PayPal button code. I just remembered. But so then you can go into the Phoca Gallery backend and you can add HTML. You can add links. For instance, let's say your customer's adding a new glass ornament. She could write about this glass ornament of the Taos Pueblo Chapel and church model. And then she can say, see all my church models here. Ooh, see all my Southwest church models here. Then she can highlight Southwest church models and link it to her church models category. And Google goes, ah, this woman is definitely, you know, she knows church models. She should be #1 for church model search, right? So that's the way you're thinking in terms of, you know, building a site that will help your customers not be dead on the web. When you've installed Xmap component, you then create a new sitemap, and it'll ask you what menu you want the sitemap to be connected to, and you can have more than one, so that everything in that menu or those menus will display on your sitemap, and then you will end up with an XML link. And you just, if you're in Firefox, you can right-click and copy that link location. Go into Google Webmaster Tools and create an account. And then you want to add or a sitemap. And you just paste that XML link into that field, except you don't want, you know, redundant domain names. You take out the domain name. And then it's so automated. You know, as items are added, the sitemap grows and shows up in Google. It's more likely to. Now, this article is just one I like, and I'm recommending it to you. It's a lot of issues with SEO for e-commerce. And once again, these slides are available on my site. And that's my talk. And I'm open to questions now. Yes.
So I've got an art magazine, and so all my articles have huge imageries around the world. And
Huge
so
what?
Images, like you can have Mocha or LACMA, and within the article you have all these images embedded within the article.
Right.
Amazing art.
Right.
Can I use Phoca Gallery to put all the images in, and then can I link it somehow back to an art? Can I have an article? And you see what I mean? So you've actually taken, I mean, these are big name art pieces of art, but it's not for e-commerce, or it's not just a gallery.
Right.
Is there a way to tie the gallery into the articles so that all these millions of articles of Tony Bennett and everything, whatever?
I don't know.
That'd be huge.
That'd be great.
Because then I got a million art images.
Yeah. Now, however, so the goal being that each image has to have its own page for this to be useful. Each image has to have its own page.
But this is based on images that have been ignored in the captions.
No, they can have a full description with HTML too.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about.
But not an art.
I'm talking about print.
Yeah.
But you
No,
can
front
still
end
take
too.
and just
Front
reference
end
that
too,
image.
and you wanted them.
You're
Like,
getting a
So
whole article
glad.
that
show
way
two
from
places
the gallery.
where having it inside article gallery.
Well, it's not content, it's Phoca Gallery, but what I mean is, you don't want a descriptive meta tag without the description showing up on the page. So it's
Well,
an image with a
in the
title and
gallery.
description, and that way,
Yeah, that's
Google.
a caption.
Oh,
So I'm talking about more than caption.
Okay.
He's seeking more than caption.
Okay, I
You should be able to take an extra.
caption would be a word to use.
Does Phoca create that page?
Yes. It's not an article. It's a Phoca Gallery display. Yeah, yes.
And then, so say that example you gave, you have your page and your image. Then when you're taking a look at the meta for that, does the page still have the page title, page description that's separate from that image, or you just set that at the image level?
You set it at individual image level. Yes.
So once you set it up, you have your client upload the images, right, themselves?
If they don't have e-commerce, I mean, yes, and if they do have e-commerce, I could even show you the back end, what it's like for them to do it from the admin area, and I'm happy to show you. But the answer is yes. And if they, some artists don't want to do a title, they don't want to do a description, they just want an image, and then the goal would be to have a nice, good file name. Well, at least put a title in that maybe has a keyword in it if possible, so that when it shows up on the you want to put a title in there, because you want the title to show up with the image, and then you want the title to become the title tag, and you want that to be in Google Web in the sitemap.
I guess my question was, I was on your website now, and it creates thumbnails, and you put in a thumbnail, then you got the big image.
Yeah.
Does
Phoca does that automatically.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I love about it, man. It speeds up development so much. In fact, my portfolio, these are all subcategories within Phoca, and each of those have a folder, and then so you can do different kinds of displays, and then once you get in there, you automatically have thumbnails, and you can configure the colors, and then you go to the sitemap. The sitemap. Keep sliding down here. That wasn't where I'm going. There. And now all my sites. Every time I add a new site, boom, 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 boom.
Do you always
Yes.
publish your sitemap?
What do you mean public? Oh yeah, you want to have an HTML version of your sitemap.
Oh.
Yeah, and Xmap makes it really, really easy. You go menu, and your footer menu usually, new menu item, and you select an HTML sitemap. Yes, and then you select the sitemap you created. Yes, absolutely, yes.
Then if you create another category for your client, you got to go back in and take and set the publish.
If you
everything for the
create new
front-end stuff.
categories, you have to enable the front end function the way I showed you in the slide.
But a new category that needs to be done again, correct?
Yes. Every time you create a new category, there's no automating of that I know of. Yes?
How do you control the client uploading a high-res image?
You can, I think Phoca Gallery does reformat it, and you tell it, what size you want it to be, yeah. And so, but what I do is I actually have a video. I have 100 videos on YouTube. Every time I make a website, I make a video, put it up on YouTube to help them, and 120,000 people have watched them now, and so they can rewind and sort of see. And one of them is how to shrink an image using something called Image Optimizer online. They don't even have to have anything. These are very right-brained people. They don't have to have any application on their computer, and they could just go to this particular software online and shrink an image before they upload it. And I recommend it so that it's not too slow for them to add one of their huge images. Yeah.
But Phoca Gallery will accept.
It will. You can tell it. You can tell it what's the maximum.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Xmap, it sounded like you had it on your little. Why can't we just download it off of Joomla?
You do download the component, but there's a plugin that marries Xmap and Phoca Gallery, and that's
Not on the Joomla
it's
website.
just taken down.
Okay.
Still on the Phoca website?
It was never on the Phoca.
Never on there, okay.
Yeah.
Can you show us some samples of the front end of one of your galleries?
Yes, by all means. So here's one that I keep trying to get her to add titles. This was a good example of this woman. Her favorite thing to do is commission art, and we are trying to get to her site. So I got her the domain name commissionart.net. Now that's the fastest way to get on page 1 of Google, is to get a domain name and that matches what your ideal customer is searching for, right? And then, but you can't stay there unless you're keeping the site alive. And blogging or adding images this way is great. So what I did with her here is she had a bunch of categories, right? And she had named them these poetic, cool, funky names. And I made her hold her nose and rename her categories so that it's decorative art, it's commission art, it's contemporary lighting, and it's things people are actually searching for. And then when you go into that, you know, that category, you can see that it shows up in the title tag and so on. And now with her, I made really big fat thumbnails so that people wouldn't have to even click any deeper, because she doesn't have titles or descriptions on anything anyway. So I figured just look at it right from within here. But you can click and go deeper. Kind of don't need to, almost don't want to, because what is there left to see? So I don't encourage that with this site. I discourage it by making the thumbnails so big. But and our internet connection is so this is one of the, you know, individual. It's not that much bigger really than the thumbnail. But when you go to the sitemap, you can sort of see what I did is I named all of her files. It's just taking the file name, right, and it's using that as the title by default, because she's never going to go in there and rename her titles or rename her or do descriptions. She probably just keep doing art. She's incredible copper fabric art. It's like she you know, burns it and it makes it into like a curtain, this copper fabric, and it's like stained glass, and it's just insane. So yeah, this is an example. Yes.
So without titles, without description, she's missing a little bit?
Yes, because
For the sake
Do an
of art,
A/B
I
test
don't know
for her.
what's-
she's just not interested.
Okay.
And this is my struggle, is to get people interested who are very right brain in their marketing.
If you did an A/B test type of thing with her and you said, here, let's take your images, your titles, your everything. Now let me take and do them my way. Let's see who
I
sells
did it.
more at the end of 3
Oh,
months.
I see. Yeah, who's gonna pay me for that? Anyway,
No.
so
Take a commission.
oh, I don't. Well, gosh, interesting. I will consider that. So I did do recently is that I Googled one of these items where I actually renamed it, and it showed right up in Google. And so I emailed her. I said, look, if you name your files, it'll show up, right? So didn't do anything. But so that's.
She's an artist.
She's an artiste. She's
Like
a,
the color green?
I don't know. She likes the copper color. So let's see, other sites that I've done that are for art that have this set up are going to be, no, this is good. Steampunk jewelry. This woman came to one of my talks. Oh no, this is the wrong one. But they all have it. Steampunk, oh, that's a product website, sorry. But it's art. It's hard to separate which is a product and which is art sometimes, because so this woman came to one of my talks and she went home and she found out that like 40,000 people a month are searching for steampunk jewelry, which is what she makes. And she went and she got steampunkjewelry.net. I mean, it's a gold mine now. It's like the gold rush. You can still walk up to a river or a creek and there's a big nugget of a domain name sitting there that nobody has gotten yet. And you can grab it, and then you have to update your site, and you have to do the things right to stay there, because even if your domain name gets you there, you won't stay there. So Oh, this is interesting because it's reformatting my responsive template based on this resolution that we have right now. So we used a responsive template, and it's reformatting it because of this setup here. And if I shrink, wait, what's going to happen? That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay. And then all we did was put the entire gallery. Did we do that right on the home page?
Yes.
No,
Nope,
wait.
nope.
On the home page, that's right. We have the main categories here. Those are custom HTML modules. And then we have category, article category modules here. And you can see once again where I did uppercase for the word that's sort of relevant for the viewer and lowercase for the word for search engines, just to give it a little style and not be too horrible, right? But she's, I think, she was on page 3 when you searched for steampunk jewelry last time I checked. And she's going to do her blogging. This is a good one. This is a really good one. Every time she adds something, and this is e-commerce. So she works from the back end and adds her PayPal buttons herself. And this was a nightmare at first, because what I didn't realize was that Phoca Gallery was going to strip one little action attribute out of the form tag, so it looked perfect, but all the buttons were broken, and she did them all herself. But thank God for, you could either use phpMyAdmin or re-replacer to find every instant of that bad form opening tag and replace it 457 times in 3 seconds.
Okay, phpMyAdmin.
And so I did that, and it fixed it. But then, so anyway, here we go. It's all working now. So she's got her add to cart buttons. She's really an artist. She didn't want to spend a lot of time on this site. And so we did it kind of quickly, but it's still really classy. And she has beautiful work, beautiful, beautiful work. So that's an example of one.
Talk about your PayPal backend issue.
My PayPal backend issue was that Phoca Gallery was stripping one attribute out of the form tag. Right. And so what I've done to solve that is get in touch with Jan in Czechoslovakia, and he gave me a piece of code to fix on an XML, and I have it all, and email me and I'll send it to you if you would like it. And that way it'll work. Yeah, I forgot about that. I would have put a slide in, yes?
For the PayPal button in the Phoca Gallery, are you actually generating those buttons inside PayPal and cutting and pasting?
Yes, that's one of the drags about PayPal. But you know, you can do, this is the bead.net. Now you can see how I'm doing these domain names because I don't know how many dozens of thousands of people are searching for the bead. So we got the bead.net. And now for every item on her, and she has a blog, she's really doing her blog. It's so wonderful when a customer does it. So rare. So I did a custom button.
Unicorns.
I know, it's like unicorns. I'm going to tell her, you're my unicorn. But so I did a custom add to cart button for PayPal for this one, which I think is a lot nicer than the blah. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes?
The front-end editor, it works well for the clients. That's nice for a gallery as opposed to having to log in.
Yes, that's what, and the nice thing too, they don't have to remember to choose the right category because you're in the category where you're uploading the item to. So it's really good for right brain people. Go where you want to be, upload there, done. But title and description, yeah, Yes?
So, again, going back, piggybacking what she mentioned, the client uploads an image. Do you have built into the template that will automatically add the PayPal button at the bottom?
No, that is, you know, I'm saying that if you want PayPal to work on this or any e-commerce, actually, you know, it ties into VirtueMart. Phoca Gallery has does anybody use VirtueMart here? Really? I have never done that, but it does have a VirtueMart tagging system inside Phoca Gallery. But you have to use the back end. So, like if I go to my back end and log in, and then go to Components, Phoca Gallery, Images. all you do is go into a given image and so see how I use within one of her images, this is my portfolio. So I do this for all my clients. When I add a new client to my portfolio, I use keywords in the description linking to their website to bump them up. And man, they show up. It's really fun. So, so you would want to be using links like that in your description if you're in the back end of Phoca Gallery. And if you could say, yeah, this is my latest, Santa Fe Plaza photograph. See all my Santa Fe photos here, and you highlight Santa Fe photos, and you link it to your Santa Fe photo gallery. Google just loves that. So, but then here you would do the XML edit that I will send you if you want it, and I'm hoping he fixes that soon. And I begged him to put HTML editing in the front end. To use the JCE content editor in the front end, he said it's a security thing, he'll never do it. What a bummer. So you just go into the code and then you just paste your button code down here.
So you do that, the client doesn't do that.
Oh, she does it. I mean, Steampunk Jewelry does it. Yeah. So you have to kind of gauge your client. And there maybe is some way, but I can't imagine a programming, but I'm not a programmer, so. A way to automate that, because you've got to generate each button individually in PayPal, unfortunately.
No, you can save it and then treat it like a template. And
You can create new buttons, but you can't do that. I checked with PayPal. They said you can't modify it in HTML without creating one first in PayPal, right? That's what they told me. Unfortunately. Yes. Yes.
I see you're using Phoca Gallery. Is that the only one you use, or the one you recommend? What are your thoughts on that?
You missed my initial thing. Well, I use it because of its search-friendly attributes. And if anybody finds one that does this, where an automatic sitemap is generated, and you can have no pop-up and have each image open individually in a template page, please email me, because it is a bit of a pain. Yes?
There's an extension called Xmap, which has a lot of
yeah, we use for other galleries. Okay, good. Email me. Oh, email me. Stick around. Yeah.
One other thing, sorry.
Yeah.
What about, so this is taking it from the gallery aspect, what about, and adding kind of after the fact the PayPal integration, what about going in the other direction, which is from an actual well-built, sorry, not the from art, shopping cart system and making it more gallery-like?
Sounds good.
Because there are solutions for that.
That sounds very lovely. I'm just doing what works for my clients here. Yes.
Can this use video as well?
Yes. YouTube. You can just put the YouTube video into the YouTube video. Look here. I'll show you.
Really?
Yeah, I love that aspect of this. So see here, YouTube. Select the YouTube video.
Okay.
And then it's a YouTube video gallery.
So the same concept, just not a video.
Just video.
So you have one huge library. By the way, your link that you had at the bottom of your content there, you see how it had link? You know how you put your link on the Santa Fe at the bottom?
Yeah.
That's how I can tie it back to the article, my question earlier. I can actually post the article with the link, put that link in there.
I'm lost. Sorry.
I asked you earlier if, you know how you put a link in the bottom of your content?
Yes.
So my link could be the article actually in Joomla. So I put the article in Joomla.
Oh, I see. Absolutely.
There, so I can post the image there.
And then you choose an image.
How it works.
Yeah, you choose an image that's your favorite to represent that page with a bunch of images in it.
Or I could have all the images and one go to each part of the article and the article.
Anchor tags. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Is this, are we still on the individual?
We are on an individual item in Phoca Gallery right now. In the individual item. And remember, it has meta options. And that's, what I do. And this actually, somebody that was helping me thought he was helping me by putting Santa Fe Web Design's work with a woman's touch, because he was trying to emphasize me, but I don't do that. I emphasize the client. So the descriptive meta, I've got to go in and redo all my descriptive meta tags, because I want to talk about their business. And I want them to pop up high, and that's what's good for my business, right? Yes?
With what you saw on the last
Oh, I don't know. I mean, in terms of in here, I might have to go in and modify, do some overrides somehow, template overrides for Phoca Gallery somehow. I'd be curious. I'd be really curious for microdata.
I think there's a couple plugins for microdata. Because I've been looking at it.
I just bought the one.
Tree an awful lot.
I just bought the schema one. I bought it. It was $13 with the discount that she was offering us. And I've installed it on my website already. But I don't think it'll work with Phoca Gallery. It'll work with articles probably. But maybe it'll work with, oh no, I doubt it. It's not gonna, well, hold on.
Is it a plugin?
It is.
You can pull it in as a mobile
Wait a
app.
minute, look. Here it is. Ha, ha, ha. So you can go right in, and then you can find the data type. I mean, I'm just learning about this. Let's see, or the thing, creative work. Object, media object,
Yeah.
media object, image object. And then you could put caption in there in the description. Ooh.
Is that the plugin that was she talked about?
Yes. Yes. $13 with the discount, and it's it was called something schema. J4 schema, and if you go and you want the code for getting a discount on there. Notes.
JW42.
Here we go. Notebooks. Joomla World.
J, the number 4. Oh.
I'm getting the yeah. Joomla World. Get in here. Search notes, schema. Here we go. So, I can't see what you see. Here it is. This is the discount code. JWC12, 33% off, so it was $13 for the pro version. You don't have to get the pro version, but I thought for $13, if it makes it easier, man, this way it'll help me with the hierarchy. Are we done?
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was fun. I'm around.